Godzilla Minus One. So ever since I saw the trailer for this, I knew I had to go watch it. And thankfully, this movie was available in my local theaters. This is a limited release by Toho International. So if it is available in your theaters, then, well, you know what to do. And so this movie is really special because this coincides with the 70th anniversary of Godzilla, with the very first movie being released in November 3rd, 1954, and it was released in Japan in November 3rd, 2023. So this is definitely a big deal. So what is it about? Well, in general, we have this kamikaze pilot who is basically trying to get away from the war. He ends up on a small island, and then Godzilla shows up, and we have our Godzilla movie. And so fast forward, and he goes back to Japan, mainland Japan, and then later he meets this girl named Noriko and a daughter. And that's where we have the other part of the story. And then there's other people involved in this trying to recover from World War II, the bombing, and then Godzilla shows up again, but in a way more menacing form. And then all of that leads into the rest of our Godzilla movie of absolute destruction and chaos. And we have our ultimate kaiju Godzilla movie. So let's get into the best thing about this movie, and that is, of course, Godzilla. So the director of this movie, Takashi Yamazaki, not only directs it, but he's also the writer and the special effects supervisor, and he's well known for his skills when it comes to visual effects. And let me tell you, Godzilla has never looked as good as he does in this movie. He is absolutely a menace, a monster. He looks horrifying, but in such a good way. You could see the weight of this monstrosity, whether he's just walking or he's smashing buildings, crushing people. It is absolutely a sight to behold, and this is what Godzilla was at the beginning. He is a monster, a destroyer of cities and worlds, and that's what we have here, and I absolutely love every second of it. And the second part of it is the special effects. And this just blows me away because this movie was made for around $15 million. And even if you add like the marketing budget and so forth, even if you double that to $30 million, this is not even close to what Hollywood spends on theirs. And the special effects here blows away any Hollywood film that I've seen when it comes to Godzilla movies, kaiju movies, or just mostly special effects in general. It's absolutely mind-blowing how great this movie looks. And also to couple with that, the cinematography, the picture, the designs, everything is just top-notch. You feel the weight of everything. And whenever you're watching this destruction happen, it's not just like fake special effects stuff. It looks really, really practical. And as Godzilla is stepping on the ground, things are moving, things are being destroyed, and you kind of see the scale of it, you know, even from the initial island where you're thinking, yeah, that's pretty big. But then when you get into the city, he is just monstrous. And then when he's in the ocean, just destroying these warships, it is just a sight to behold. I can't tell you enough that if you can watch this in the theater, go watch it in the theater because it is just a visual presentation. And to go along with that, the sound and music on this is absolutely amazing. You'll hear a lot of familiar sounds, but also music from previous Godzilla movies. And it all does a great job to bring you into this movie, both from the action to the emotions, everything here. It is just top notch when it comes to special effects, visual quality, and sound and music. And then the next thing that was really surprising to me were the characters and story. And typically for these type of kaiju monster movies, I don't really expect much when it comes to characters. I kind of just feel like they're there to be destroyed by these monsters. But in this case, the movie does a really, really great job by building these characters up, from the main character Koichi to Noriko, their daughter, to the other people who work with them, you know, the sea captain, the Navy people, the scientists. All of those elements really play a part in really drawing you in here. And the story really works well with this because this takes place during World War II or after World War II, and people in Japan have just been devastated by an atomic bomb. and people are still trying to recover from this. So not only is it like a monster kaiju movie, but it's also about the horrors of war. And I think the original Godzilla movie kind of alluded to the fact that Godzilla is that, an atomic bomb of war. And in this case, you really feel the humanity of it all. And the characters definitely go through a lot, especially Koichi being a kamikaze pilot. There's a lot of things that he has to go through, and his feeling of regret and guilt, so many things there. And then Noriko trying to survive this with her daughter, and then how it fits into Koichi's life. And then all the other people who have suffered so much, lost so much. There is a lot there, and there is a lot of human casualties. And the thing is, it's not just like, characters to kill off. They actually have meaning and weight in this, and I really, really appreciated this. And this really elevates this movie to, I would say more than just a kaiju Godzilla movie. It's actually a really wonderful story that has a lot of heart. And then the last thing that this movie does so well is that it absolutely does an amazing job at entertaining you. This is why I love international films and shows more than I do most of the things coming out of Hollywood. And Toho and everybody else involved with this just knocked it out of the park with Godzilla Minus One. I was expecting a fun, entertaining movie, but with that, I also got a really, really great movie overall. And at least in my opinion, this is my favorite movie of 2023. It is that good, so fun, so entertaining, so memorable. And the only negative that I could think about this is, when is the next Godzilla movie coming from Toho and from everybody involved in this movie? I absolutely love Godzilla Minus One. And if you are looking for a movie that's well worth your time and money, then Godzilla Minus One is the one to go watch. You won't be disappointed. Even if you're somebody who doesn't like these type of monster movies, this is just a really, really great film overall. So if you actually had any thoughts on this or any other kaiju or Godzilla movies that you've enjoyed, be sure to leave it in the comments area below. And if you did want to see more of my sci-fi, fantasy, film, and show reviews, I do have an entire playlist. I'll leave it in the description area below. For over 40 years, Adorama has been helping creators create. Whether you are a beginner or a professional, let the experts at Adorama help you create no matter what. For more information, check out the affiliate link in the description area below.